Hello, Think Keto family, welcome back. I hope you brought your sweet tooth with you today because today we're making brownies. If this is your first time, it's great having you. Consider hitting the subscribe button below and that bell icon so that you don't miss any upcoming content. All right, so before we get started, just want to remind you guys that down below in the description, you'll find all the ingredients I use and the quantity, just in case I miss saying something for you. And then again, at the very end of the video, you'll find the nutritional card broken down from my ingredients, what I use today, with an online tool to show you what your macros would be like. All right, let's get this started. All right, so this recipe is a little different from the ones that I normally do. We're actually gonna start mixing our ingredients up. Well, it says in a blender, but I'm using my handy NutriBullet here. I didn't want to pull out my big blender for this. All right, so into this we're gonna put, it's a stick or half a cup of softened butter. I didn't have time to soften mine today, so what I actually did was I took a stick out of the fridge and stuck it in the microwave for 30 seconds. So it's definitely soft, kind of a little melted, but I won't tell if you won't. All right, now that that butter's in, we're gonna add in our unsweetened cocoa powder. I got a half a cup here. Our monk fruit, I got granular monk fruit. It's a half a cup. Adjust this to your taste. If you find that too sweet, by all means put less. If you like your stuff more sweet, put more. All right, I got a half a teaspoon of espresso powder here. And then 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. All right, we're gonna shut this. I'm gonna blend it together for a couple seconds. Alright guys, so we got that good and blended together here. Before I mess with that though, I'm going to bring in my almond flour. I got 1.25 cups of sifted almond flour. Always sift your powders and your flours, guys. It's very important. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and sift in my baking powder while I'm at it. Alright, I'm going to give that a quick stir. I find it will save time if you actually sift whatever you can together all at once. Ordinarily when I'm baking, I'll do the almond flour, the baking powder, whatever other powders all at once, mixes them together and sifts them at the same time. All right, now we're going to get this out of here and mix it in. It's pretty thick. I love the smell of coffee. All right, so I got that good and cleaned out. This reminds me of trying to mix fathead dough. It just doesn't want to mix together too well. But keep at it and it'll go together. All right, we got this combined finally. And here I've got 2 eggs. I've already beaten those 2 eggs ahead of time. So we're gonna mix all this together now. We're almost done with the batter. All right, we got that good and mixed together. Next up is to gently fold in the chocolate chips. I got these Lily's dark chocolate morsels. I absolutely love Lily's brand. I just wish it wasn't so expensive. Gently fold these in. Now I have seen in the stores Hershey's now makes a sugar-free chocolate chip. When I checked the macros on the back, it was almost the same as Lily's, except for Lily's has 4 grams of carbs in it, whereas the Hershey's doesn't. So I find that Lily's altogether, it'll give you a better macro breakdown. But the Hershey's was like half the price. It was like $2, $2 something for the bag. So it might be something I consider if you're going a little more dirty keto and aren't so strict about your macros, then definitely that'll save your pocketbook a little bit. All right, so those are all folded in. Let me get the baking pan for us. All right guys, so I got my 8x8 baking dish here and I have already sprayed it with cooking spray. If you prefer, you can line it with parchment paper. But I find sometimes that can get a little bit, can be a little bit of a hassle, so I just prefer to spray it where I can. So I'm gonna put the batter in. Now we're just gonna smooth this down and make it as pretty as possible. All right, got that all smoothed down. I've already preheated the oven to 350. So I'm gonna bake this for about 15 minutes or so. I'll check it with a toothpick at that point and make sure it's done in the middle. If not, I'll let you know when I get back how long I cooked for. See you soon. All right, lovely. So these just came out of the oven. The initial 10 minutes was not enough. The toothpick came out quite mucky still. So I put them back in for 5 more minutes and I got the center cooked. The edges did slightly overcook, but that's okay because I'll probably cut them off anyways. We gotta let this cool down for the next hour or so, and then we can cut them and I can show you what they look like. Be back soon, guys. And we're back. So these brownies have cooled down nicely, so I went ahead and cut them, got some plated up. They are quite good. They're not fudgy, which a lot of the keto brownie recipes that I've tried tend to have that fudgy, thicker texture to them. But these aren't like that. These are moist and soft, and I really enjoy them. And I did cut off the slightly brown crust. It wasn't burnt, it was just more brown than I wanted to show. So I cut that off, and my daughter taste tested these for us, and she said that they're amazing, which I agree, they're quite delicious. And that's it for our brownie recipe for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please join me again next time. Bye, guys.